Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we've got some fantastic phrases from the Power English radio show to explore. So, let's jump right in. 1. Feel sorry for someone. Our first expression is, feel sorry for someone. This phrase is all about experiencing compassion or sympathy towards someone facing a tough situation. It's like having empathy for their struggles. For example, imagine someone losing their job unexpectedly. You might say, I feel sorry for her because she lost her job unexpectedly. Or, when I heard about his struggles, I couldn't help but feel sorry for him. It's about acknowledging someone's difficulties and showing understanding. And here's a personal touch. After I lost my leg, I didn't want anyone to feel sorry for me. It beautifully encapsulates the desire for independence and strength even in challenging times. 2. Kick back and relax. Next up, we have kick back and relax. This is all about unwinding and making yourself comfortable. Picture this, your work is done, and it's time to kick back and relax with a good movie. Or maybe you're on vacation, enjoying the perfect moment to kick back and relax on the beach. It's about embracing a laid-back attitude and taking a break. And here's a casual scenario. Is there anything I can help you with in the kitchen? Asks one person. The response? Nope. Just get a glass of iced tea and kick back and relax on the patio. The simple joys of relaxation. 3. Lose one's edge. Moving on to lose one's edge. This phrase is about losing the skills or energy that once gave you an advantage. For instance, imagine an athlete struggling to keep up with younger competitors, feeling like they're losing their edge. Or on a personal note, I feel like I've lost my edge since Karen dumped me. It captures that sense of decline in skills or effectiveness. 4. This is the first time. This is the first time is a phrase signaling a new experience or situation. For example, someone might say, this is the first time I've ever tried sushi. Or imagine witnessing a rare moment. This is the first time I have ever seen David cry. It marks a unique and memorable occurrence. 5. Dust bunny. Last but not least, we have dust bunny. Picture those small clumps of dust and lint hiding in corners or under furniture at home. They're the pesky little things we might discover when we decide to clean up. Just a quick tip. Don't forget to vacuum regularly to avoid dust bunnies in hard-to-reach places. So, there you have it. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next video.
To the show. I'm Kristen Cho.
I'm Cameron Werner.
I can't help being silly. I don't know where this comes from.
Maybe because you're an only child?
Yeah.
You had
maybe.
to do silly things?
You know, I did something very silly. One thing I remember as a child is that I would always entertain my mom when she was watching TV. And back in the 80s and 90s, they had these and they still do, they have these singers, she would watch her Korean TV, and they have these singers, these back dancers in the back.
Oh, yeah.
But kind of like ballade. And there would be this one person was doing modern dance
yes,
in the back.
Yes.
And that used to be my thing. So I did that in front of my mom all the time.
Modern dance with your mom?
Modern dance.
While she's listening to
That's right. That's right. And she would just find it so funny. She would laugh so hard. And it really made me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's usually how it is. Like when you're an only child, you're often...
You got to make your own entertainment.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hiring a housekeeper, you can kick back and relax.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you have a housekeeper who cleans your house, you can kick back and relax.
Yes.
That's one of our expressions today. Kick back and relax.
Yes. So this kick back is about leaning back in your chair like you're in one of those really comfortable reclining chairs, that would be kicking back and just relaxing.
All right. Now, how about lose one's edge? EDGE.
Yes, to lose your edge means you used to have an advantage. You used to be really good at something better than other people.
Oh.
But now you're not better than other people.
Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and listen to our last dialogue, hiring a housekeeper.
This is the first time I've seen your place since you hired a housekeeper. It's amazing.
The first day she was here, I felt sorry for her when I saw all the dust bunnies.
Well, it'll be easier for her from now on, so you can just kick back and relax all week.
Yeah, and when it's clean, I actually want to be home more.
I hope you aren't suddenly losing your edge, Kenzie.
Never. It just means I'll use my home office more than I used to.
Here we go. Tyler says, this is the first time I've seen your place since you hired a housekeeper. It's amazing. Our power pattern today, this is the first time. Okay.
Yes.
That's it.
Right.
This is the first time.
Right.
Why would you say that?
It's announcing that this is the first time. You haven't done this before, but now you're doing it. So it's, I think, important to also highlight that after this, it's common to have, this is the first time I've PP.
Okay.
Right? This is the first time I've eaten. This is the first time I've danced. All of those, that would be maybe a good way of remembering this entire expression.
Very good.
To say, you know.
Yeah.
So I think if you are meeting people who are not Korean, or maybe who are, and you're speaking English, you're probably going to use this a lot.
Right.
Oh, this is the first time I've met an American.
Right.
This is the first time I've eaten kimchi.
Okay.
Those types of things.
Yeah, this is the first time I've had a river cruise.
Yes.
You know, in this city. So I think that's a very good point. The grammatical structure there is very important because you cannot say, this is the first time I saw your place.
Yeah.
No, you can't do the simple past. You've got to do the have PP.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Kenzie says, the first day she was here, I felt sorry for her when I saw all the dust bunnies. Okay. So Kenzie's saying that she felt sorry for the housekeeper.
Yes.
Okay, this is one that I really need to talk about. Feel sorry for someone. This is kind of hard for Koreans because 불쌍하다. How do you say 불쌍하다? And so like, you know, you pity. So sometimes I hear Korean people use the word pity or poor, but what does this mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So the feeling sorry for someone, it's not exactly the sorry and say, 너무 미안해. It's not exactly that feeling. It's just that you feel a little bad. Like,
불쌍해.
Yeah, you feel guilty, or you feel, it's so sad that you're seeing someone do something. So the sorry is not about apologizing necessarily, but yeah, you definitely feel kind of bad for doing this.
Yeah,
and it might be because you're not doing it, and you're forcing someone else to do something, and that can make you feel a little weird, right?
Okay, all right. So you can say, I felt sorry for someone. Oh, I felt sorry for her.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for that homeless person.
Yeah.
I feel sorry. Right. So I feel sorry is like saying, 불쌍하다.
불쌍하다.
안 됐다. 안쓰럽다.
Yeah.
It means all of those things, okay? All right, dust bunnies. That's actually our power vocab. So dust is 먼지, and bunny is 토끼.
Yeah.
먼지 토끼? 토끼 먼지?
Kind of.
Oh.
So if you have a house that is not dusted often, the dust starts to stick together.
And they roll together.
They roll together.
Make a ball.
Yeah, it's often either pieces of carpet or, in my case, both of our cases,
Simba.
we have dogs. So the dog hair kind of collects together into a ball that we call a dust bunny.
Yes, that's right. And so, what does Tyler say?
Well, it'll be easier for her from now on, so you can just kick back and relax all week.
Okay. So, in the first day, Kenzie felt sorry for the housekeeper, but as time goes on, it will be easier for the housekeeper.
Yes.
And then you can really kick back and relax. So, we know relax.
Yeah.
He could say, just relax.
Yes.
Why is it kick back and relax?
So first, this expression is not just relax a little bit. It really feels like, you're feeling so comfortable as you relax. To kick back means to get comfortable.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, you're sitting on the couch. Or you're sitting in a really nice, fluffy chair.
Yeah.
And you're putting your legs up. Like maybe there is like what we would call an Afghan, those little pieces of furniture where you put your feet on top of. Sorry, not an Afghan, an ottoman.
Oh,
an ottoman that you put your feet on top of. Just to really like be so relaxed and like no care in the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick back and relax.
So it's like really emphasizing the relaxing part. Okay. And what does Kenzie say?
Yeah, and when it's clean, I actually want to be home more.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Doesn't it feel so good when your house or your room is all clean and tidied up and organized?
Yeah. My favorite thing is when I go to my bedroom to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And my bed is made. Oh. Like in the morning, I had like made my bed.
You make your bed?
And like
good for you.
Not every morning.
Yeah, okay.
But like when I do, and the sheets are just like so flat, and there's no wrinkles. And often Simba is like right there.
Oh.
It's like, this is so comfortable.
Oh,
and
it's so cozy.
Yeah.
Okay. Tyler says, I hope you aren't suddenly losing your edge, Kenzie. Ooh, this is really kind of hard to understand. Tyler says, I hope you aren't suddenly losing your edge. If you lose your edge, what does this mean?
So the expression means that you are losing your abilities, losing your advantages. And you might think of like a knife or scissors. They're very sharp,
right?
But over time, if they lose their edge, they start to get dull, right?
Right.
They can't cut as well as they used to.
That's right.
So in the same way, we as humans, when we lose our edge, we aren't as able to do the things that we're meant to do.
Right.
So he's afraid that the house is going to be so clean and comfortable that Kenzie's not going to work very hard anymore.
Yeah.
Just like, everything's so comfortable. I just want to stay in bed and be lazy.
Right. So it's kind of like, you were so on top of trying to be clean and making sure things are organized. And now it's like she doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Living a life of luxury.
That's right. Okay. And Kenzie says, never. It just means I'll use my home office more than I used to. Okay, so Kenzie's like, no, don't worry, never.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
This is the first time I've seen your place since you hired a housekeeper. It's amazing.
The first day she was here, I felt sorry for her when I saw all the dust bunnies.
Well, it'll be easier for her from now on, so you can just kick back and relax all week.
Yeah, and when it's clean, I actually want to be home more.
I hope you aren't suddenly losing your edge, Kenzie.
Never. It just means I'll use my home office more than I used to.
Okay, so it's time for Power Note. We're on pages 154 and 5. If you feel sorry for someone, it means to pity someone because they're in a bad situation. It's like, you say something like, 좀 불쌍하다.
불쌍해.
불쌍해.
뭐 가엾다, 안쓰럽다, 그렇게 생각하는. 네.
How is Alex doing since he lost his job? It's so terrible.
Don't feel sorry for Alex. He got fired on purpose.
Oh.
He did a lot of bad things at work.
Really?
So, yeah, he got fired, but it's not as sad. He deserved to be fired. Don't feel sorry for Alex.
After I lost my leg, I didn't want anyone to feel sorry for me.
That's the word. Sometimes, losing your leg is a terrible feeling. But oftentimes when you have something bad like that happen to you, like someone in your family has died, oftentimes it's when the people come up to you and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. You kind of wish they would just ignore it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. It's true. And like sometimes too, you know, some people look at me like I'm an only child. Mm-hmm. I'm taking care of my mom. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's fine. I mean, I appreciate their concern, but there's no need to feel sorry for me.
Right.
I feel because it's part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that sort of delicate balance. Like you could feel sorry for them, but then also there is a little bit of that negative kind of connotation as well.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. So another thing, maybe it doesn't always have to be a very big thing. Mm-hmm. It can be small. For example, sometimes you go to restaurants that have very limited number of meals they can give you.
Okay.
So this one time, I went to this like 메밀 restaurant, very good, like 100%.
Okay.
They'll get like super good, but they only serve like 10 a day.
What?
They have other menu items, but the special menu item, there's only 10.
Wow.
And one time I went, I got the last one.
What?
And the person right behind me was like, what? That's the last? They had waited. It was like we had to wait like 45 minutes for this food. And I got the last one. And I felt kind of sorry. I felt a little sorry.
Totally understandable.
But so it can be a small thing or a big thing that you feel sorry for a person.
Right. If you kick back and relax, it means that, just to be really comfortable and relaxing. Is there anything I can help you with in the kitchen?
Nope. Just get a glass of iced tea and kick back and relax on the patio.
Right.
Isn't that the best? Being on the patio,
I don't know. I've never had a patio.
So a patio, think of like a veranda that you might have.
Yeah.
But on the ground.
On the ground in front of your house.
In front of your house or behind your house.
Yeah,
you can
that's
have a back.
true.
And sometimes there is decking. So it might be a deck patio. Sometimes it's concrete.
Right.
But it's often an outside place at your home or at a restaurant where you can very easily have a barbecue or eat a meal.
Yeah. So these are like, obviously not apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're kind of like single house, single residence.
Yes.
Is that what they call them?
A single residence home.
Yeah. I worked hard all week so I can kick back and relax during the weekend.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I'm a hard worker. I really am. So my week is very full. But on the weekend, I do like to take just one day, to kick back and relax.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'd like to, but I can't.
I think some people are really good at this, kicking back and relaxing. But other people that cannot, I think there's two types. People like you that are just always busy. They always they can't.
I can't.
Kick back and relax. And then the other people, kind of mentally, they can't. There's some people that constantly have to be doing something.
Right?
Yeah. So those types of people have it hard too.
Okay. All right. So kick back and relax. If Kristen wants to kick back and relax, she has to go into a hotel. Check myself into a hotel for the weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Lose one's edge means that you're losing your skill or energy.
Yeah.
That kind of gave you an advantage.
Yes.
How did you miss that simple shot on the 8-ball?
I feel like I've lost my edge since Karen dumped me.
So it's kind of like you were really good at something, or you could really focus easily on something. But if you lose your edge, it means that it doesn't mean that you're bad at it.
Yeah.
It just means that you don't have the sharpness.
Yeah. It wasn't as amazing as it used to be.
Right. Just because you got confused during the speech doesn't mean you lost your edge.
So this losing your edge, it's more of like a long-term skill thing. We wouldn't say it if like there was one game that you just didn't play well in.
Right.
It would be more like something happened and this athlete, the past 10, 20 games, they just have not been doing well.
Right.
They've lost their edge.
You know, I was recently listening to an entertainment lawyer, a really famous lawyer in Hollywood, and he decided to retire. And he used this expression. He said, you know, I started to lose my edge. He was so smart and he was so good at what he did, but he started to kind of like forget, you know, kind of started to not be as fast, you know, in his thinking.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was losing his edge, you know, his brain.
Yeah.
Like wasn't just on, you know, like constantly like before.
Right.
So that's also losing your edge.
Yeah, I think that's very common.
Yeah.
As we get older, I think it's very common that people lose their edge in certain activities or skills.
All right, our power pattern. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done this for the first time.
I've never done this before now.
This is the first time I have ever seen David cry.
This is the first time you called me by my first name.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
That would be, you know, if you always call them by your last name, and then you change to the first name.
Mr. Word, Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Dust Bunny is our power vocab on page 156. Thank you so much for tuning in. And make sure you check out Audio Ohakdan. All right. See you next time.
Bye-bye.